Hi everyone, I'm coming on to share a quick project with you. I am doing a design team slot for Stampin' for All next week, and the theme that I have to prepare is teacher appreciation. Now, I have already done a little clipboard that the video will go live this weekend. Just for post-it notes or full scrap paper, whatever printer paper, just chop it down and stick it in. Great for little memos and just to keep on top of things. But I wanted something that can go across quite a few genres. So this is a teacher appreciation gift, but it could also be used for kids going into high school for putting wee memos into. Mum's shopping lists, um, friends just for the side of their computer or the side of their phone just for taking little messages, or just to pop in their handbag for general messaging. Now I bought 8 of these off eBay, and they are A7 memo pads, notebooks, and they were £2.50, so they weren't expensive, and that was with free shipping. I'm a bit of a meanie when it comes to shipping, unless I am getting quite a lot of stuff at a decent shipping price, then I want free shipping. I'm a I'm just a meanie that way. The pens were £4.95 for 10, again with free shipping, and these are small pens, but they're a decent quality. I don't want them to be writing out with rubbish. And as you can see, I have personalised the pen. These are absolutely fantastic. They are Zebra Z Grip. I don't know if the zebra will show up on this camera because it's actually engraved into the barrel here. Well, let me just see if I can shelter it a little bit. There you are. You can see it just no more there. But it's zebra, as in the animal, Z Grip. If you just type that into eBay and then go to the filter and just put in lowest price including postage and just scan down. The buyer I bought these from had 2, 10 and 15 for different prices. I bought the 10 because I do think being able to personalise barrel is a nice element, so I bought a few of them, and as I said, they match, which is lovely. Right, so how do we make them? Right, so A7 notepad, take my front leaf off, and I'm just peeling it back gently, and the same with this part, just peeling it back gently. And we're going to cover that yucky part, so don't worry if it's looking a bit grubby. And just in case the paper's a bit light, that's why I'm taking off this blue bit. If it was a heavy paper that you wouldn't notice it, I wouldn't be bothering with this little blue bit. But I just don't want it peeping through in case there is a lighter patch. Right, so that's our pad prepared and ready to go. I'll just get that out the way so it's not going to annoy me. And I'll put these away as well now. Whoops, daisy. Right, so I have got Garden Impressions here. Beautiful paper, really bright, vibrant. I really like that. It reminds me of a Monet painting. I was a bit of an art freak when I was in high school. Monet was my be all and end all, and I think that kind of represents quite a lot of Monet's style of painting. So I absolutely fell in love with that. But we'll choose something a bit chirpier for this one, I think. So let me see what we've got. Oh, that's nice. We'll go for that. That's got soft sea foam, Not sure if there's pinks in it. Melon Mambo maybe. Yeah, Melon Mambo. We have got Shaded Spruce. We've got, I think, Petal Pink and Powder Pink. And we have got Soft Sea Foam. And I think that might be Shaded Spruce, but stamped off. I think. And I don't know if that's blue in the centre or if it's Shaded Spruce, and that's Calypso Coral. So there is quite a few colours in that one, but I like it. And that's how I store my paper in my drawer. So I can see the name of the collection, and then when I pull it out, I've got a full list of my colours, so I don't need to guess what colours are going to match. I've got a good idea of what's going to go with it. So let me just move this out the road. That's just my Whisper White and my Very Vanilla card bases. Oh, sorry, matte layers. Oh, because I buy a lot of my card bases pre-bought. Right, so for the measurements for this, we have got, we'll do the big one first. So it is 5 inches by 3 inches, which is roughly 12.7 centimetres by 7.6 centimetres. So I will go to 3 inches and score, and then 12.7, which is 5 inches, and score, cut, sorry. Right, then we need to score. Now our score is at 10.5 centimetres and 11 centimetres, which is roughly 4 1/8 and then 4 3/8. Okay, now I'm not sure if you can see this because it's kind of hanging off my table, but we'll work with it. So 11 centimetres, and we are scoring. I nearly grabbed my cutting tool. That's not right for some reason. That's not right. It should be the 6 inches, which is 15.2. So I'm just going to correct that right now. So that's because I did at one point cut that down. And that is 15.2 centimetres. Right, so then we are scoring at 11 and 10.5. And that is just to give us our hinge for the top of the pad. Okay, so I'm not going to burnish it with my bone folder. I am just going to use my fingers, which aren't very good today, but they're fine for this. This hand is the worst just now. My arthritis is really playing up. Then we need a smaller bit for our pen, and our pen is 2 inches cut by 1.5 inches. Make sure that's the right bit. Cut. Okay, so you're looking at your scraps for this bit. Okay, move my cutter out the way. And we will bring in our little pad here. And I'm just going to add a strip of collal along here. Now you can use Tombow. I'm just using this because it's fast drying. And I do have Tombow ordered. we go. It may look as if I've added tons on there, but I actually haven't. It's actually minimal. It's just tiny little streaks of it. So I'm going to push that up to just where my hinge is, fold my hinge over and bring it down. Okay, and you can see there's a tiny little lip at the bottom. That's the way I wanted it, because I don't want my pad to be getting all mixed up. I should be able to flip it open at the first page without any problems. So that's that part, and we just leave that now to dry. Okay, so we can put that aside. Now I'm going to bring in my little foam pad and my ball tool. Okay, we don't need any more glue either. And all I'm going to do is just go in and score down so that this kind of curls round, just to break the fibres down so that when I go to wrap it round the pen, it will go easily without any problems. Okay. There we go. Right, so I'm going to grab one of my pens. No, you stay on there. Nearly an avalanche. And these are so simple to come apart. So if I just tilt you back a bit there, they literally just screw off the bottom part. Okay, then we take this part out. You can leave the spring on. I'm going to take it off because I find it easier to work with, but just keep it handy. Then you take, if you notice, there is a little ridge here where your spring is going to go back on. Do you see that? Just at my finger rolling. So the paper is going to go above the ridge. Okay, so it's just this section here that we're covering. So I just put my pen on and then just roll it. Now this will take maybe a couple of attempts because you're wanting it quite tight. Okay, that's actually not bad for a first attempt, and I think that will do fine. Right, so just plop that back on, stick my spring back on. Okay, and then we are just going to, oops, come on, that's it, feed that back in. Okay, now I want it above the ridge, so I'm just pushing it up there, then putting on the base again, screw that on, and that's our pen done, and it matches our paper pad. Okay, now you can easily decorate this. You could, if you wished, add a little loop on so that your pen actually holds on to the pad. That would be an idea. We can do that, no problem. So I'm just looping that round, checking that I've got enough room for my pen to slip in. There we are. So we want that up quite high so it doesn't get in the road. So it's going around there. Come off now. So that would easily slot in there for you to add your pen in, okay, if you wished, and it would still all be matching. Okay, as I said, I am not going to bother, but I think that could be an idea. You could add ribbon instead. That's another option. You could decorate with a small message on the front. I'm trying to think. I've quite a few sentiments already cut, see what we've got here that will fit on nicely. Let me see. Thanks to you. Thanks a bunch. That might be nice because it's going on that background. You're always there for me. What's that one? That's blank. That's quite nice. That's not a Stampin' Up one though. This is out my own stash. But I like the sentiment of it. Some people strengthen others just by being the kind of person they are. I quite like that. See, I've just cut a load of Christmassy ones, but I'm trying to avoid them for now. I think we're going to have plenty of Christmas as time going on. You're simply amazing. That's quite nice. I quite like that. You're simply amazing. Or could we go with something a little smaller? Good things are going to happen. Colour clashes. Let's see. Thank you. That might be okay, and then just put it on a larger one with some inking. I think we'll do that. Whoops, that's wrong way. Right, let me just see. Or is that nice? No. I just grab my ink tool. What have I got on there? Oh, loads. Right, so we are looking for I think we need a darker colour. I think we'll go with Calypso Coral. I think that will work best. Calypso Coral, I need to reach it. Stay put. Right. So as you can see, I'm making it darker on the outside and a bit lighter as we go in. Right, let me see if that covers where I want. Yep, perfect. Place that up out there out the road. And I'll just stick that there for now if it will stay. Right, so I want this straight on. So I'm just putting collal on the inked piece of card. place my sentiment on top. And then I'm going to put it up on dimensionals, and yes, I have another sentiment on the back. It makes no difference. Where's my other dimensionals? Are here. Grab my little pokey tool, which is in here. Right, I'm putting this away. I'm trying to be a bit tidier with my crafting, so I can craft on the go without having to gut the place before I start. Oh, I need to clean up. Okay. Never mind. Right, pokey tool. So we are going for 3, I think, on the back of here. 1, 2, and 3. Oops, 3. And then we just need to take the backing off. That's 1, 2, 3. And I'm placing it down here because that's kind of bare-ish. I want no big flowers to be statements. So we've got thank you. And have I got any rhinestones lying about? I don't think so. I think I put them all away. Oh, hi ho. But I have got some tiny wee rhinestones here that are non-adhesive. So let me see. I think we'll take a few of these. And I think I'm just going to pour these tiny ones in as well. That's my dog telling my oldest to leave him alone. What other clear ones have I got there? I've got a few different size clear ones, so I'm just tipping them all into the same bowl. There we go. Yep. Right, so I'm going to add some glossy accents, which is the best glue for putting these on, or Stampin' Up fine tip glue pen is great as well. I believe I haven't used it. I'm just tapping that to get some glue up, and then just spot there, a wee spot in each of them, I think, just now. Put that back on so it doesn't dry up. Grab a little bit of that on my tip of my pokey tool, and then we've got one on. We've got 2. 3. 4. 5. Then I'm going to do these ones as well, just because they match what I'm doing. Oops, wrong glue. So I'm going here and we're putting 1, 2, 3. 1 there's 4. 1, 2. Because I like to have them all matching. And this is just a nice way of cheaply jazzing up your wee notebooks so they look special. Because our teachers do an amazing job, most of our staff do. I'm actually dreading Jaden going to high school, because the staff in his primary school were beyond great. They were phenomenal. They really went above and beyond what teaching staff should or could be doing. They really do. So I'm a bit worried how we'll get on over in the big school. There we go. And that's our notepad done, and our little pen to match. And they're not costly. As I said, you get 8 pads for a $2.50, so that's what, 40 odd pence each. You're getting 10 pens for £4.95, which is what, 50 pence a pen. So you're saying £1 for what you've just made there, really, because paper, you will have tons of it, retired, old style. If you don't have DSP, use your stamp sets. I have done quite a few tutorials on how to do a masterboard, which in reality is just making your own DSP. So have a wee look at that. I used it, I think it was with Tim Holt's Distress Inks though, but Stampin' Up inks, you can go with the same colours as what's in the the paper pads as you can in your stamp sets. So you can create these papers easily using your stamping tools. So I hope that's helped. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.